Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about capitalization and punctuation. Uppercase, lowercase, and after this lesson, I finally rest my case. Okay, so this will be one of the last lessons in language arts before the essay. And capitalization and punctuation is very important. We're not going to have nearly enough time to get into everything that could possibly be on the test, but I'm going to review some of the most common things that are. Be sure to review your book in the Kaplan, the Macmillan, or the McGraw-Hill, or whatever the case may be as well. You really need to do the exercises for this. All right, capitalization. You capitalize the first word in a sentence. I, and proper nouns and adjectives and acronyms. So English, Africa, Toyota, Jane, NASA. Those are all capitalized. A sentence that's an example of this. Dikembe leads an African safari expedition. A lot of times people get confused with the capitalization of proper adjectives and nouns. Okay? If it's a country, if it's a continent, usually it's capitalized. If it's used to describe something else, like see how I said an African safari? Only African is capitalized, not safari. Okay? That's because it's an adjective there, not a noun, and the thing it's describing is not capitalized. This confuses people a lot. Okay? Academic subjects, excluding languages, are not usually capitalized, excluding a specific class or title. Again, this is confusing, but if I say Waylon is taking algebra, algebra is not capitalized. Derek is taking Algebra 301 with Mr. Murdoch. See how that's the title of a course? That's capitalized. Latoya is taking an English language class. English is capitalized, but language isn't. The reason why is it's a proper adjective. Like see how African safari or whatnot. Any kind of language, since it's the name of a group and their national origin, that's why it's capitalized, not because it's a subject. Okay, that confuses people a lot. The title of books and such have the non-articles capitalized. Okay, that means the important words are capitalized. The articles, which are words like and, the, a, n, those aren't capitalized. So Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. See how Harry Potter's capitalized, Chamber's capitalized, Secrets are capitalized. And, the, and of are not capitalized. Okay? Apostrophes. These cause students a lot of problems. Apostrophes are used to indicate possession. In order to indicate possession of a singular noun, you place an apostrophe followed by an S. So if I said Mike's favorite flavor of sorbet is lime, it's Mike apostrophe S, favorite flavor of sorbet is lime. For plural or words ending in S, you put the apostrophe afterwards. The dog's leashes were all too tight. Dogs should be lowercase there, by the way. So see how dogs, the apostrophe's afterwards? That's because dogs are plural. This excludes some collective nouns. A collective noun is a noun that's singular but encompasses a lot of things, like a flock, a fleet, something of that nature. The fleet's admirals devised a new attack plan. The bird flock's migration was due south for the winter. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the collective nouns, but there's something you should know. You could search for it on the internet if you like, but the collective nouns, stuff like fleet, flock, pack, okay, they're a singular entity that would be composed of a number of members. Okay, commas, periods, etc. Let's go into some punctuation. All right, we talked a bit about commas and periods before, when we talked about fragments, when we talked about run-ons. You need to know where to put your commas, where to put your periods. Okay? Apposition. Apposition explains something. So when we say John, who was blank, was this and that, apposition is the part that explains something. There's commas. So when I say the balcony, which hung above the grocer, was a majestic addition to the building's facade, which hung above the grocer is an apposition. So there's commas that set it off. Okay, the commas, they're kind of like, you kind of use it the same way as you'd use parentheses. It's an alternate way of doing that. Okay, direct address. Marisol, could you pick me up coconut milk at the store? Okay, direct address. You're talking to someone. So it's their name, comma. Okay? Commas in lists. He had 3 geese, 2 hens, and a pigeon. When you're listing items, you put a comma after each item or set of items. Okay? 3 geese, 2 hens, and a pigeon. And then you put it before the conjunction, which would be and, but, etc. You don't write something like he had 3 geese, 2 hens, and a pigeon. That's wrong. Okay? You have to put commas. Greetings and salutations. When I say, Dear John, at the beginning of a letter, I'd put a comma. If it's a business letter, I would put a colon. Commas are rarely after a verb in a sentence with a single verb, and almost never after a helping or auxiliary verb. As a result of the bank error, comma, instead of receiving $1,022.37, you were entitled to only $102.24 and must return the remainder. It's not something like, as a result of the bank error, instead of receiving $1,022.37, you were, comma, entitled to only $102.24. Okay? So you don't write it like that. The way you write it is, it's rarely directly after a verb in a sentence with a single verb. Okay? All right, and that's it for this lesson. I'll see you next time.